Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, Sujata.
Hi.
All right, we are ready, and I'm gonna let. I've got feedback going on from somewhere, but I'm gonna let Sujata tell the replays only a little bit about what we are going to be doing and what we're going to be chatting about. And I'm going to do some pinging while she tells you the story of yesterday afternoon and what we're up to tonight.
Okay, so it's very simple. We were talking about support and the connotations of support. How how do people receive it? How do people give it? And what are the different aspects, perspectives of the word itself? Because to some, you may come across as being condescending. Is it unconditional? Is it conditional? Uh, yeah, there are so many aspects to the word, and so that's what we were having an engaging discussion yesterday. And today on Clubhouse, my screen tells me that there are only the four of us.
So far,
Yeah, people came and they left.
that's all right. It's all that.
Okay, all
It's all
right.
that intro music.
It's a part of the game.
It is. We'll get everybody here, and besides that, the four of us. Oh, we're gonna have a killer conversation that everybody's gonna be jealous they weren't here. Oh, look at that! Earl's popped in. Oh, and he popped out. He's like, oh my gosh. Anyway. Oh my gosh, Ginger's back. Oh, you're funny, Ginger. I saw you in some fun rooms over the last 2 days. I can
She was, she was just now in a big room, Ori Spado's room.
explain. Oh boy. I saw you in there too. I saw Sujata.
Yeah, I'm always a very quiet listener and observer. So I always follow sometimes you, sometimes coachless, sometimes the other people I do follow into rooms. Anyway, it's Ori's rooms. I do go in to have a check in and to what's happening.
Yes, for support. That's what this room's about. Hey, I'm out of four of us, I'm the only one that's posted twice already. You guys are slacking. What's the deal? Now there's major silence. Ooh. Jay Noland is so cool. He's such a cool guy. I said, thank you for the way you always honor me, because every time I come in the room, he honors me and he immediately gives me the microphone. And he goes, I love you. Period. Simple. Period. Oh, let's ping him in. I'm going to ping him. Hi, Kavendra. Oh my gosh. Let's make sure I don't kick him to the audience as I and Rubina. Rubina, our health coach. Check that out. This is one of the best health coaches on Clubhouse. She has cured.
Hi everyone. Hi coach. After a very, very long time. I'm in India. It's raining right now. It's so beautiful.
What part of India? North, middle, or south?
Middle, the central parts, the tiger land of India, Madhya Pradesh. I'm in Bhopal right now.
Ah, okay.
The land of the royalty.
The land of the royalty. Sujata just rolled her eyes, Rubina. I spoke to Christina yesterday, Jeanette. So I'm surrounded by beautiful, amazing, intellectual Indian women today. At 1:00 this morning, I was on the phone with Christine for about an hour and 15 minutes. I'm with Sujata now, and Rubina pops in. I am, it's the Holy Trinity.
You got it all covered, Coach. I'm telling you. I haven't talked to Christine in oh my gosh, 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
She's in the south. She's in the south visiting family, and they're dealing with landslides, which have shut everything down, school and everything. It's crazy.
Yeah, she said it was really bad this year.
I mean, it literally is just shut the country down. It's actually she says it's worse than COVID.
Wow.
And I'm like, seriously? And she goes, yeah.
Yeah, not bad. But this year she said it was worse. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was really cool because she reached out to me a couple times over the last week, and I just hadn't had a space. You know, I have my regular buddy at midnight that I talk to in Singapore. So, you know, Christine, poor Christine kind of gets a backseat. Hey, Unlimited Gentle, how are you? Woo woo! Come on up, come up and join the party. I'm simple and gentle and play a lot. Cool. Come up and play with us. We're here for a fun evening. I'm even going to follow you. I don't know how many I have left. I hit 5,000 every other day this week. And then I got to go in and clean up. And then I made somebody mad because I unfollowed them. I'm like, seriously. It is such a game. You know, if you're not following me, why would you think I'd follow you if I need the space? How is that support?
Yeah, good question. Because, I see a lot of rooms with a lot of moderators with a lot of big numbers as followers, and they always say, please follow us, follow all the moderators on stage. But I never hear them say that, okay, follow us and we'll follow you back. So the half sentence is missing, and we are all supposed to follow, but they're not supposed to follow us back. So,
which really sickens me, Sujata, when I see they have like 500. I mean, they're following 500 people, and you go and you look, and they're only following the big guys. It's like, seriously? That's why I like John Lee, because he's almost full. He's at 4,900 too.
I have always followed people as a matter of courtesy, and I've been told I should be doing that, but I will still keep doing that. So that's how it is. If somebody says hello, then you say hello back, right?
Amen. All right, well, let's do a quick check-in because I haven't heard from a couple of these people. Ginger's on the phone, so we're going to jump over to, and since there's only one other guy on the room, I'm going to first. Kavendra, how are you, sir? Uh-oh. Do we have sticky mic syndrome going on? Kavendra, are you trying to undo your mic and it's not working? Which, thanks to Clubhouse, means there you go. He already knows the drill. And there it is.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sorry. I said good morning to everyone. So let me just start again. Morning, Sujata. Oh, well, it's morning in South Africa. So, hi, Sujata, Jeanette,
Hi.
Rubina, I'm very peaceful. Hey, at this moment in my life, there's a lot of things that I don't have control over, but I do have the control over my mindset, my attitude. And I think the most important thing I learned over the last week is that I'm actually very at peace. You know, there's a part of me that used to be very like all over the place, trying to please others. And today I'm just, I could honestly tell myself this and tell you guys that I'm at peace. I'm just very, very comfortable, very just at peace. You know, there's not much that really kind of throws me off. So I feel more humble and very wholehearted at the moment. So that's how I feel at the moment. Otherwise, how's everybody else doing?
Blessed and highly favored, Kavendra. So I
like
yeah, it's you know, we've had some good rooms this week. I think that, you know, we broke 11,000 in the 24-hour Bible study, which is a huge milestone. You know, part of what they say about Clubhouse is when your club gets bigger than you are, it's on a path for success. So I'm, you know, super excited about that, right? Because, you know, here I am. I mean, yeah, I'm at 10,000, but the club's at 11 point. I think it actually went to 11. No, it's at 11,000. So, you know, I'm super excited about what the club's doing. We've got some changes that are coming to the website, so that'll be nice. Super excited about that. I reached out to the web people today, and I've got my notes to send to them. I think that where we're headed as a club and the difference we're making. Oops, sorry, Unlimited. I didn't. I'm humbled and I'm proud of the difference that we're making every day with all the different people, and that I get to hear it from other people in other rooms. I was just going to say, so Jeanette is a fine example, right? I've heard from people, I've been in one of Jeanette's rooms, and there she's back. I was just praising you, Jeanette. I've been in one of Jeanette's rooms, and I really like it. I really enjoy it, and it's a great addition to the 24-hour Bible study. And you know, the finance room's awesome, and really enjoy it. And you know, I don't always get to go in there, but I always listen to the replays, and we're finding out that there's, you know, sometimes 50 to 80 people that are listening to the replays of the rooms, and that is so exciting to hear that. Because it gives you the power when you're leading the room and there's only one person in the room. It gives you the incentive to really, you know, level up as if you were speaking to 100 people, because by the end of the week, it is 100 people. So when it comes to that support conversation here on Clubhouse, you know, I want each of you to know that your support in this room for Sujata and I and what we're up to, your support for the 24-hour Bible study, your support for the movement that we're committed to, you know, thank you. Really appreciate it. Kavendra got booted or left. And with that, I'm going to go to Jeanette. Jeanette, how are you doing? What's your thoughts about support for Clubhouse and what we're up to and what we're doing and how we're doing it?
Well, you know, I love, you know, a lot of people, they you know, they thank me for supporting them. It's more than that. It's more than just support. It's, you know, there's mutual interest. There is ability to add content. And when, somebody invites you or extends an invitation, that means you've got something to contribute. You should look at it like that at least. And it's more than support. It's just being part of a program or a room or a content. It's a lot of that, and you can have a lot of fun with it. With a lot of, we've had a lot of opportunities to support the mini rooms, whether it's in the Ziegler Legacy or 24-Hour Bible, and have some great contact, have some great breakthroughs, or listen to all your breakthroughs. And it's been an honor to support you in that and support Sujata in her podcast. That's why when I share this podcast room, I always share it because a lot of people, they don't have an opportunity to be part of a podcast. And so I express that because it's true. One of the ways to get those breakthroughs or level up is to participate. And these types of rooms, allow that. So I don't look at it as support. I look at it, being part of participation and also giving me the opportunity to, hone in on my speaking skills. So it's a two-way street, It's like there's an offer, you accept it, and you go through, and your contributor ends up being a great support. So that's one way to look at it. That's how I look at it. And if I have the time, I'd rather be participating with people versus doing something else on my own. It's a great opportunity. So thank you for letting me share, Coach.
Oh, you're very welcome. Oh, my goodness gracious. I haven't seen this gentleman in a long time. Samuel Luther Bradbury. How you doing, Samuel? And hi, Earl. Good to see you. All right. And with that, I'm going to scoot to Rubina. Rubina, what is your thoughts about support and how does it show up for you? What's been your experience on Clubhouse, off Clubhouse, perhaps with your business? How's support with your business? With the mic is yours.
Coach, I am in I have been, for the past 4-5 months, I had a relapse of COVID. Then I was very busy with my daughter and very busy with my kids. So I really did not do much about my coaching business. And then I came to India because my daughter needs to, prepare for SAT. She needs to write a college application, and she wanted help from her father, and they had a summer break. But as Govinder was saying, I'm in a space where I'm at peace. I'm no longer in that competitive space that I have to do this, I have to achieve this much. I haven't been doing, my coaching hasn't progressed. I have in India, I have 2 months over here. So I'm not wasted that time. I have approached the doctors over here, the endocrinologist, all those doctors who get a lot of diabetic patients, if I can help them out. And I'm doing this, totally on donation based because people over here do not have so much paying capacity. So that way I'm fine and I'm doing okay. And when you talk about support, well, my biggest revelation this time has been that I've stopped relying on people to support me. And my biggest supporter and my biggest cheerleader is my God, my Allah. I go to Him for everything, for all my problems. I've, started praying a lot. And today is a very, very important day for us. It's the day of Arafah. It's tomorrow is a festival Eid. It's the, if you are familiar with Islam, we have this whole, one of our prophets, Ibrahim, was asked to sacrifice his son for Allah. And Ibrahim did not even bat his eyes, and he was ready to do. both son and father were crying, and he was about to sacrifice him when the miracle happened and he turned into a lamb. And from that day onwards, we commemorate that event. But it's something more than that. It's how much can you sacrifice, and what is sacrifice? And the biggest thing, that underlying foundation of Islam, is how much do you rely on God? Is God enough for you, or do you go somewhere else? And this, I have been going inward, asking a lot of questions. And for me, there's a word called in Arabic tawakkul. Tawakkul means reliance. For me, my biggest reliance, my biggest support comes from Allah. And I've asked Him for many things, and He's been there. And I've started meditating, taking Allah's name much more, and I'm at peace. And I think I'm totally, I lost my parents very early in life, and I have come a long way. I have done very, very well in life. I have a very loving husband. I have got 3 beautiful children. I have earned a lot of money. Whatever way I could make my difference to the world as a journalist. I just did a little bit of that. I'm not saying that I changed the world, but whatever, I made the attempt. So I am very grateful. I'm in a space of gratitude, and now at this juncture, I think my biggest supporter and my biggest support system is my God, my Allah, and I think He will help me find my way. And I'm no longer, sports. Earlier, that feeling that, oh my God, where am I? I have been so successful as a journalist. I was the highest earning journalist in my state in Madhya Pradesh, and look, I'm at zero. But that feeling is no longer there. I feel, no, I've done enough. I'm still capable of doing a lot, and I will find my way. I am on my way. So yes, you can say that I'm happy. And that matters. I'm happy. I'm at peace. And I'm content. And that is because of the support of the divine coach. And because of my God support, that I found people like you, Jeanette, and few other friends like Donna in America, amazing people, and I think I'll find my way again. Yes, coach, I'm in a good space.
Awesome, Rubina. Thank you so much. Thanks for sharing. Oh, Ginger's back. Excellent.
I think who's being Mary Poppins now? I'm popping in and out. Sorry about that. I was on the phone. I need to. My son needed me to pick him up after work, so I have arrived and waiting for him to get out. But I said I got to get on this call because I'm so excited because support is it means a lot. We're texting. Sorry, and I don't want to miss this. I really don't want to miss it. Because I really, is it my turn to talk?
It is.
Because we started off really strong. You were talking about Top Gun, and that totally got fired up completely because I wanted to tell that little story because it changed my life because I didn't have support of wanting to go into the military. And
Uh-oh.
no one wanted to support me. And when I say no one, I mean absolutely no one. So I want to tell you what happened. I was kicking it around anyways. I was sitting over my boyfriend's house. At the time, I was, 18, 17, something. I was 18, 19. Anyways, I can't remember that far back. But anyways, he got something in the mail and it said join the Air Force. And I told him, I said, hey, you should join the Air Force. We could go travel the world, yada, yada. And he said, no, you join. I like, well, no, you join. And then Top Gun came out. We went that week. I said, okay, I'll take you up on it. I'm joining. And everyone laughed at me. They really did. I don't know if you ever saw the movie Private Benjamin. Well, that's why, because that was me. The one with Goldie Hawn, I think it was. You know?
Yes.
And everybody in my family told me, hey, you can't wear makeup in basic training. Oh, hey, you're going to have to wear camouflage. Hey. So it was just all of these comments. And I was really serious, guys. I was 100% serious, and nobody took me serious at all. No one. So I literally walked in. I wanted to do the Air Force. I know that was Navy, but I wanted to go Air Force. And I'll never forget, I'm going to walk in the office by myself, which typically you would have somebody with you. And they told me that I'm showing how old I am, because back in the day, they had a certain amount of emails that they could put in for the year. And they literally told me no, and they said that their quota was full. And I said, so when would the next available slot be? And he said it would be next year. And I said, oh, well, I'm feeling down. No one, and I just got turned down for the military. And that's when he said, yeah, you got to wait for the good things in life. And I could tell he didn't want me in there, because back then it just wasn't going to have all these women in the military. And I just looked at him and I thought, wow, you're the recruiter. You should want me. You should support me too. So I marched right over across the street with the Navy. And I said, hey, I want to join. And he said, how soon can you leave? How soon you want to go? I said, next week. He said, done. So I'm here, 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 and here. And I went. And I was accepted. And somebody was on my side. Now, long story short, I kind of wish I would have gotten the ins and outs, because it wasn't like the movie, that's for sure. But it was like Private Benjamin. But I found the support. In the military. I found out what it was like to be and work as a team with the same goal in mind. And it was amazing to have that support. And we are still, some of us, friends to this day. But, with or without support, you still have to figure out what you want. And if you know it's what you're supposed to do, then you got to go it alone. I mean, it's more fun with support, but it's lonely at the top. That's what they say. It's lonely. Again, it can be. But then look at the beauty that came from it. I could have let that say, well, I mean, my mother looked at me and said, do you not understand what you're doing? Do you not understand that they only put criminals in there that just got out of jail and they had nowhere to go? Oh, that's what runs our military? No, I mean, I'm not listening to all of that. Got to do what we've got to do. Got to give it up. Just being a game changer, a life changer. But I wish I had that support. And so what I know is when you are on board and people back you up and you've got the same goal and the same mission, man, nothing can stop that. It's amazing. Yeah, so that's my share about Top Gun. Anything else that I would have to tell you? I'm just going to pull a Maverick line from you. Anything else I'd have to tell you? This is Ginger.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Ginger. Really appreciate it. Thanks for sharing with us. And with that, I'd love to pass the microphone over to Unlimited Gentle. What is your experience with support? How does it show up for you in life, here on Clubhouse? How would you go about sharing with us your experience of support? The mic is yours. Oh. Unlimited, if you look at the little microphone down in the lower right of your picture, the line has to be taken out of it, kind of like that. So if you touch it, it will unmute you. And if it's stuck, you might have to go out of the room and come back in like Kavendra did. And then come back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How you doing, Unlimited? There we go.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Good morning. It's morning here
Where is here?
in Africa. Here. So where is it?
Whereabouts? Africa's a big country.
Well, I'm from South Africa, but currently in Nigeria.
Oh, okay. Do you know that Kavendra right above you and over one is from South Africa?
Yeah, I had that. But I'm currently in another country now.
Yep, in Nigeria, you said, right?
Yeah. So, well, I've heard about support, but in Clubhouse, it was a very bad experience for me in Clubhouse because when I nearly came to the Clubhouse, I actually needed support because a friend of mine introduced me to Clubhouse. Okay, when I come in initially, I have a very bad experience because then my grandma actually needed help. I talked to some friends in Clubhouse, which I met. I'm like, okay, fine, we can help you. They saw the pictures, they saw everything, which I sent to them on my PTR. Well, they promised to help me, but it was a very bad experience that no one turned up. Well, I just need to carry my cross all alone. So, talking about Clubhouse, a very bad experience, but I just believe in one thing. Whatever God wished for you would surely come true. So, I really have much to say about Clubhouse because I'm not the type that talk much, but it's a very bad experience. It's a very bad one. But all thanks to God, we're still here. Nothing much, except you have a question for me. I will answer that.
Yeah, the other, I'm sorry that your experience on Clubhouse has been a tough one. I know that it's my frustration is if somebody says they're going to help, then go ahead and help. And if not, say no. I mean, I say no a lot, Unlimited. I have to. I don't like it. I don't like that I have to say no. And really, for me, it has no integrity for me to say yes to everybody every time they call. So I think that, I'm sorry you went through that experience of somebody saying yes and them not helping you. And I know that saying no is hard. It's emotionally hard. It can be, it has an experience of being physically hard sometimes because the emotion is so powerful and painful. But we thank you. We thank you for coming and spending time with us. And we are definitely here to support and lift you up and provide you with yeah.
Well, thank you, Good Life. I really appreciate your concern. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. And I'm sorry.
Thanks to everyone hosting.
Oh, yeah. And here's the thing, I don't have an answer either, right? It's this human condition that shows up. And Clubhouse is a microcosm of the human condition. And I think sometimes people have this or thought process that somehow Clubhouse is going to have a different level of magnanimity or it's going to show up as superhuman. And I don't mean to laugh. I'm not here to laugh at Clubhouse. I'm here just knowing that when you stick this many people in an organization, there is going to be frustration, strife, upset, love, hate, anger. All of it is going to happen. And, I'm excited to say that, as part of my challenge and as a part of the team that I work with here in the 24-hour Bible study, our goal is to create that level of communication that always leaves people in the nature of being greater than life, a presence and a force to be reckoned with, and honoring our word, showing up when we say we're going to show up, being in communication when we can't, and being responsible that we can't say yes and, oh, call back, I'm sorry, take another chance, 2 days later, call back, I'm sorry. It's sad.
I was really frustrated then. I was really frustrated. I was even thinking of taking my own life because it's really frustrating because it's a long story.
Well,
It's really a long story.
Well, remember, Unlimited, taking your own life lets the enemy win. And I refuse to do that. You know what I mean by that?
Yeah, but everything is just up and down. Things are not just settled with me. Okay, fine. I'm the only one here. Like my mom, everything. I'm just carrying everything all alone. Oh God. And even right now, I'm in my final year. Yeah, I think Janet knows that I'm in my final year. Yeah, it's good. I'm carrying everything. I'm even struggling to eat. It's not easy on me at all. But still, things are not favorable. It's a long story. I don't like talking about it. Sorry.
No worries. And remember, right, that you're not alone. And and I know when you're up to your neck in the water, to hear what I'm about to say is sometimes what I say, the laughable comments. And that comment is, God says he will never give you more than you can handle. And there's a great poem out there called Footprints in the Sand. And it shows 2 sets of footprints walking, and then 1 set, and then 2 sets again. And when the person passed away, they went up to God and said, what happened? I've been a follower of Christ. I've done everything that I was told to do. And yet you left me. And God says, well, I want you to take into consideration that I never left. And God shares with, this person when he comes up and says, well, yeah, there's 2 sets of footprints. And then you dealt with something that was very, very traumatic and very hairy. And yeah. And God said, those times when you only saw 1 set of footprints It was when I was carrying you through the big burdens. And when I heard that and learned that poem, I realized that yeah, God is amazing, and we don't sometimes understand it. So with that, thank you for being here, Unlimited. Really appreciate it.
Thanks so much.
Prajna, come on up. Earl, come on up. Hi, Prajna.
Hi, Coach. My friend Kovindra is here, and he pinged me, so I came to the room. And so I really want to hear more because I don't know basically what we are talking about, so Coach, but I heard you saying such a good thing that, you know, God never gives you more than you can handle. So I truly believe that. Thank you, Coach.
Oh, you're welcome. You're very welcome. Thank you for being here, and thank you for joining us and accepting the invitation of Kavendra to be here.
Coach, if you permit, I would like to add something to that, you know.
Of course.
You know, Coach, like what my experience, yeah, that was very beautifully said that God, you know, does not give some, you know, more than we can handle. And also my experience is that He's always ready to give. It's just that we are not ready to receive. We don't know how to receive. We are so much set in we value in self-pity and so much negativity that even when He's ready to give, we are not ready to receive. And we blame God for everything. Why am I in this condition? What things are not working right? What is happening? You're not there. What happened? You abandoned me. I have friends who, one of my, somebody I know, an acquaintance, he lost his brother very early in life. Now he's in 50s. He lost his brother to leukemia, and he's never got over that. And for him, God ceased to exist the day his brother died. And I don't argue with him, but I just want, I always tell him, you know, that you got so many lessons from that, which you are more empathetic. You're a sensitive human being. You're always ready to help. You know, all because you faced that hardship, the most difficult phase of your life taught you so many lessons, you know, and yet that resentment against God he's not ready to reflect. He's not ready to introspect. You know, everything that happens in life teaches you a lesson. I mean, you know, it's a milestone which brings, you know, either it makes you or breaks you. It has made him a good person, but it has also broken his relationship with God, which he's not ready to mend. And I think he's done very well in life. He's doing pretty well in life. And I just want to say that God never abandoned you the way you feel. But then it's like talking to a wall. So my only thing is that, yes, God does not give more than we can handle. And secondly, He's always ready to give. It's just that we should be ready to receive it. Coach.
Coach.
Yeah.
Are you there, Coach?
I am, Kavendra.
You're rather silent. Okay, can I have a few words there as well, please?
I would love it.
Okay, because I can hear you preoccupied. Hi, welcome, Sujata. Thank you, Sujata, and welcome, Prajna. It's always nice hearing your voice on this platform. Two things. I think that we must never, ever consider ourselves alone when we choose to be an island. because when you choose to be an island, it's a choice you're making. It's like a choice to receive, it's a choice to give. I think the choices we need to have is simplified. I don't think we need to overthink a lot of scenarios, because when we overthink, we make too much of something. And at times, I know when you're at the breaking point, recently my mom had been hospitalized. My mom's 82. She turned 82 last month. She was hospitalized, and I felt a sense of helplessness in myself. And when that thought entered my mind, I said to myself, you know what, Kavendra, you've got this, boy. And it was like a personal pep talk. But to be very honest with myself and to honest with all of you guys, I said to myself that there is a start and end to life. And at that moment, I said, God, I'm leaving my mother in your care, because I believe in the Creator. I believe in the power that what is meant will be. And I've accepted that reality. What I do not accept is the fact that we need to stop living our trip. And living our trip is allowing us to live in the moment. The presence of your presence in the moment has a lot to do with how you receive yourself. And I think a lot of the times we haven't accepted ourselves, so we seek acceptance to others. When we look at another, we want to compare. And comparison sometimes comes from our academic or schooling career, where you have to have the top marks to be seen as a person that's accepted by society. And I have very deep anger at times, because I was, when I was top of the class, I was certainly the pride and joy of the school. And when I decided that I need to educate myself in a way that I'm able to survive beyond just the realm of academia. And my granny was a true believer in self-worth and how the value of who you are needs to be in all those that you surround yourself with. And I never understood the concept, because I was still a lad then. And I was like, oh my God, what's going on, Gran? And are you crazy? And I said to her, are you eating beetle nuts or something? Why are you sound? She says, no, the wisdom is in yourself. Don't look beyond what you already are. Accept who you are, for you are all that you embrace. All right? And I believe in that. And I say to everyone in this room, love starts by loving yourself. Love, for you have the ability to make a difference. Love, because you are the change in your changeable process. Everything that's uncontrollable has a sense of taking away. If it subtracts from your life, part ways with it, subtract it out. But when you start adding value to your life, your humbleness solidifies that God is in every one of us. Your humbleness allows us to open the gates of love. And love is something we deny ourselves. Self-acceptance, self-love, those are riches that we learn. And those are not necessarily a text of a certain caste or religion. Or I think life needs to be embraced as a lifestyle of joy. And if you start looking at that, when you experience pain, you will overcome those things by leaving things to God in a way of being humble. Controllable versus uncontrollable is always my personal life, because I always get sometimes caught up in the moment. But today, as I said earlier, the sense of peace is allowing yourself to live your trip. I'm Kavendra, and I'm not yet complete. So, Coach, I've given you a break, so that's my contribution.
Thank you, Kavendra. I appreciate it. I do appreciate you, Kavendra. Thank you, and thanks for pouring into us, and thanks for inviting Prajna into the room. And welcome to the stage, Michelle. Michelle, appreciate you coming in. And Prajna, did you want to say something? Go ahead.
I was appreciating Kavendra and Coach Yu. Thank you so much for having me here. And when Kavendra was sharing about his story, I felt like, because Kavendra knows this, that I have undergone a surgery and how anxious I was. And during those times, Kavendra really has helped me. When he shared his mom's story, I don't know if so sharing his mom's story, and I was getting strength from that. So it's all about the thoughts that comes to you when you are lying in bed, and it seems as if the whole world is running so fast and you are here. Why is this so? Why this thing happens to you only? There were like so many questions and the overthinking mind. But then what happened was, then because I practice mindfulness, so I was like, these are the thoughts, and you are the observer, so just observe the thoughts, and you are not your thoughts. But the moment you become your thoughts, then this will have consequences. So I was like mindful in terms of that, and at the same time Kavindra has really helped me sharing the stories and everything, so that was really helpful. So I'm so grateful that I have friends like him and all, and I'm so grateful, coach, for welcoming me with open arms, and it's such a great place to be. So I just want to say that I'm so thankful and thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome. You're welcome, Prajna. And to me, this is the positive experience of Clubhouse, the ability to support one another, to be able to come into these rooms, whether you come in for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, a half an hour, like this podcast, an hour and 15 minutes, that we can be there for each other, that we can learn how to support each other, how to lift each other up, how to, Kavendra's known me long enough, and although he probably couldn't see me, he knew I actually wasn't busy doing anything. As Sujata saw, I was in my and Jeanette's gonna laugh when I say this, I was in my comfortable pose in my chair, leaning back, almost asleep. So Kavendra jumps in, right? And my micro sleep, I suddenly go, oh, I'm about to fall asleep. And then Kavendra is speaking. So, to me, that's the kind of support that makes these rooms fun. It makes them exciting. It brings a whole new level of purpose. And, I'm the chatty one, and Sujata's the quiet one. And, what's been great is how we've learned to work together. And I'll suddenly look at my coffee cup and go, oh, it's empty. I'll see you in a little bit, and leave Sujata in charge. And I know that puts her on the spot, but she rises to the occasion easily. And, once again, this is support. This is the support mechanism that makes Clubhouse so much fun, when it doesn't become a shouting and a screaming match, when it doesn't become degrading or the opposite of support, where people are cutting you down or cutting each other down. And I don't have time for that. I don't have time to be in those kind of rooms anymore. When I first came on Clubhouse, I wanted to be in those rooms because I wanted to get to know, who are all these people. I've read about Grant Cardone, and now I get to see there. I mean, I have a screenshot with me and 6 other people up on stage in a room of a couple thousand people, and I'm up there with a green moderator badge with Grant Cardone and David Spicek and John Legier, and I'm the coach on the stage. And it's like, wow, it was cool. I did it once. I don't need to ever do it again. Because there was really no support. It was all flash bang. And, I come into rooms like this where I have people that occur as family. I mean, when Kavendra popped in, it's like seeing my next door neighbor who's been on vacation come back in and pull into the driveway, and we go and chat over the fence. It's like, hey, how are you? How have you been? And then Prajna, to have you come in and say, oh, Kavendra ping me in, it's like, oh, cool. It's like me looking over the fence and going, hey, Kavendra's having a party. He's invited a couple people to come in and, and join the room. And that's, I believe, what takes Clubhouse and makes Clubhouse so unique, so powerful, so enticing and productive. It's what I love and look forward to every time I come in. So with that, I'm going to pass the mic over to Michelle. Hi, Michelle. And we're talking about support again today. And I'm not sure if I don't think I wrote it in the room chat. Nope, I didn't. We're just looking at how does Clubhouse support you, or do you support Clubhouse? What are some of the areas in your life? Or if you're going to head north without going on without finding some transportation, so to speak. Let's keep playing. Let's keep throwing our what's the opposite? Everybody says, I land my plane, or I dock my boat. Well, let's get all the boats out of the docks and let's get all of the planes into the sky and see what we can produce. Michelle, the mic is yours. What was that?
I think I'm addicted to Clubhouse now. I try to find the most encouraging rooms. I mean, your room's awesome. I've been to the Kingdom coaching rooms, women in coaching, and I never got the support in my life. I have to say it's amazing because you guys are helping me start a new life for it's God. I have to give God a lot of glory. Like, you guys are giving me ideas how I can change my life.
Amen.
You know what I mean? I never heard of Clubhouse.
Amen.
I've only been at Clubhouse, 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. I'm up at 7 in the morning, and I'm into the prayer in the morning. I start at 7, and then I'm into the other Kingdom room. I coach and your room, and I just want to say it's changed my life. You guys giving me confidence, and the story is, after your spouse dies, you're like, what do you do with your life now? And I've been searching and praying and ask God what He want me to do, and I'm starting to see things where God wants me to do. It's coming to pieces, So I want to say it's a blessing. I met you guys. I don't know the words to say. You guys are wonderful. I learned so much. And I always have a pen and pencil, or a pen and notebook, paper, so I can write notes. I just, that's what I have to say, Coach. Anything else? Did I miss anything?
You have not missed anything. And, one of the things, we'll be here next week again on Wednesday. Sujata and I'll be here Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday next week. We're enjoying what this provides for people, and also how we get to grow as people that contribute here on the app.
I feel that you guys want people to grow. I feel like you want me to succeed. You want the person and the other people in the room to succeed. And that's what Clubhouse is drawn to me.
And I think that's the original. I think that's like the core intent, Michelle. I think some of the stuff that has happened on Clubhouse, where the enemy has come in to make a mockery of it, to turn it into gossip and misinformation. And then the two or three of these big rooms that scream back and forth at each other and call each other names. And, it's like going back to high school. So I think that's the negative side, which you're always going to have in when you're dealing with human beings. And our goal is to minimize that and give people a safe haven to come to.
Great. The only thing I have found the last couple of weeks, I would say a couple of weeks. When I go into a room, and the other rooms, it's easy that people like to distract you. The telephone distracts me. Sometimes my dog's like, okay, enemy doesn't want me to grow. Doesn't want me to, have a future. I want to hear what they have to say because I want to grow, and I do. I really do, Les, honestly. And what's going on this week without having the men coming in and National Fuel not coming in on time to get gas, and when they're here, I'm listening to a room, so I'm getting interrupted. And I think sometimes when I remember at some school, you're talking about Satan wants to distract you and the things doesn't want us to be closer to God, And I feel I'm in Clubhouse. I feel you're closer to the Lord, and other people in your room are closer to the Lord. Like you had praise and worship this morning. You have a song, and that was awesome. I just think that you have to keep plugging on, those distractions happen. So, and then especially when I'm in the room and I get distracted, I don't like that. I'm like, I'm gonna miss something. I thank God you got replays. I think I shouldn't complain. You got replays, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I think that's what makes it fun, right? If some people get busy and work and they can only get here for the last 15 minutes or half an hour, to be able to go to the replays, hit 2 times or 3 times speed and listen to them, a bunch of chipmunks talk back and forth, and slow it down to where you can hear some of the cool points that we represent.
Yeah, I like it.
So appreciate you, Michelle. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right. All right. Sujata. Oh, I was looking at the phone, Sujata, and there's a red, it's like you're on the phone. No, she's shaking her head. So she's not on the phone. She is here. Would you like to say anything before we power the down?
Yes, so couple of points. One is when Coach Les says, I'm the less chatty one or I'm the silent one. I would like to say that if somebody is speaking and somebody is silent and there's a partnership, then it's being complementary to each other. If we both started talking all the time, then we wouldn't make much headway. Number one. Number two, when we talk of Clubhouse is just another extension or mirror of what life is all about. It's not that people in Clubhouse are different from the people on ground near you, surrounding you. They are the same. The only difference is that here you need not to actually get bogged down with them or get affected by them, because you always have a choice to either not engage with them, walk away quietly, and there's a lot of anonymity here where you can speak whatever you want and yet not have relationships with those random strangers that you see, because you don't really get into real life connections unless you share a number and you start talking every day. I have my journey into Clubhouse or to life is like this, that when you don't get support where you think support will come from, it comes from other people. It comes from random strangers. Sometimes I call them the human angels. And sometimes that is what God does. If we keep talking about God and bringing God into every conversation, then God has his way of giving you the support. God can't come down, like physically and sort of, but he will make sure, he or she, we don't know about God, will make sure that you are supported and looked after. And my whole presence here just now is very key because I have Coach Les and I also have Janet on stage. So I need to tell you how the journey has been. When I wrote my book, which is called Against All Odds, No Retakes, No Manuals, Real Life Lessons, there was no support. When I asked for support, when I looked for support in publishing my book, it was simply because Amazon was there that I could publish it. Number one. Number two, if I hadn't written that book, and during lockdown when everybody was, in their shell, Clubhouse happened. And in Clubhouse, I didn't ask for support. It came to me. Like Coach Les, he decided to read the book. I didn't ask him to read the book. He read the book. And the product of reading the book is the 3 rooms that we have just now. And consistently, Coach Les has these rooms. We are very clear that if there is nobody on stage, if just the 2 of us are there, we will have a conversation. People can come, hear the replay, and, whenever they have the time or the inclination, they can take some wisdom that we impart, because we can only offer something. It's for you to take or not to take. And it's in this 24-hour Bible study, a lot of people get afraid of the title because they think it's a religious kind of thing, and so they shy away from the room. But it's not, because I'm not born a Christian, though I've had my spiritual experience of meeting God in a church in Barcelona. And look at Janet. Janet is somebody who shows up every single time. If we talk of time zones, late hours, then for her it's late. She may be exhausted, tired, but she always shows up, even if it's for a few minutes. And she never does this, counting system where, okay, does Sujata come into my rooms or not? How many times does she come in or not? She's always there. She's on in there in the rooms, and even outside the rooms in real life she's there. So if I want to talk to somebody, I can just reach out and talk to Janet. If she knows that I have sleepless nights, then she sends me a gift to help me sleep properly. As for Coach Les, I think I spend more time and hours with Coach Les than I do with any member of my family. And I think what anybody who knows me will know that Sujata speaks less, but when she speaks, she backs it up. I'm not somebody who comes on stage to say something or a shout out and not mean it. So I hope that my share has given some perspectives of how we view people and how we view our engagement with the higher power. And Clubhouse, what can I say? There's everything, good, bad, ugly, just as it is in real time. Thank you.
Well, I tell you what, I can't think of a place before Clubhouse that offers that breadth, width, and depth of connection. So, as far as that goes, I thank each and every one of you. I know that we're coming up here on 75 minutes. I know that you all know this podcast an hour, and we occasionally stretch it over a little bit. But I'd like to give, if there's anybody with a burning desire, flash your mic, and we'll let you share 2 or 3 minutes of information. Otherwise, I'm going to rotate, kind of go around the rotation one more time. if nobody flashes their mic, and just say thank you to each person, and we'll reconvene next Wednesday with Sujata. I'm also in the Ziegler Legacy Room on Mondays and Tuesdays, podcast at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. So stay tuned and listen in for that. That would be awesome. And with that, any flashing mics? Okay. Carrie, Keyshawn, and Earl, thank you so much for being here. Always, Earl, thank you so much for the power and strength and support you have. Appreciate it. For those of you, Earl is a phenomenal individual and spends many hours up on stages, different stages. Known him for a long time, and just thank him always. On stage, Prajna, Unlimited, Michelle, Kavendra, Jeanette, and of course, Sujata. Thank you. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for thank you for being great on stage always. Really, really appreciate it. And these rooms are very dull, very boring, without adequate light. So thank you. Thank you all. Anything else? Jeanette, anything for you as one of the Musketeers? Sujata, did you want to share anything more before we close? All right. So with that, I'm going to do the fun, beautiful close on StreamYard, and then we'll pop it back in for a second on Clubhouse to close Clubhouse down. So here we go.
Coaching with Les has doubled my practice.
We've increased our sales by about 33%, blowing all of our goals out of the water.
In my first 6 months, I actually grew my business with his help over 500%. Literally 500%.
Les Hill is the type of person that invests back in you and back into your company. So if you're looking for a business coach with integrity, choose Les Hill.